What is up? So, I wanted to make a video about me meeting Graceffa 2 days ago? 2 days ago, on June 1st. It was the best day of my life, first of all. So, basically, I drove from Atlanta, Georgia to Chicago. That's like 13 hours. And I got to like Barnes & Noble, I got my ticket and everything. And then when like I was walking around because there was a mall and I was like, it doesn't start until 5 and it's like 11:30. Might as well do some shopping. So I went to different stores and shopped, and that was fun. And then I made some friends. And we were just waiting around and they started to line people up, but they were only in like to 100 and we were all 400, so we had a while to wait. And then we're waiting and then we just look up and we see Daniel walking to a cafe to go get food for him and Joey. And we really wanted to meet him, but we didn't want to be rude, so we waited for him to come out of the restaurant. But he was taking a long time, so we went in to see if he was taking pictures with anyone else. And people were talking to him and he was getting his food. And one of the girls in my group was like, "Hey Daniel, can you take pictures?" And he was like, yeah, of course. So we took pictures with Daniel, and he is super nice and more beautiful in person. I didn't even think it was possible, but he is so nice, and thank you, Daniel, for stopping and taking pictures with us. So then we waited some more, and then our line, like our group, like 400, didn't start to line up until like 5:30. And then we finally got into the Barnes & Noble at like 6 maybe. So we start to walk in, and we're walking, and we walk around the store, and then we start to line up, and I can see like the banner thing that Joey's behind. And I heard him talk, and I just started sobbing. I was like crying. People in my group were crying, and it was like a really surreal moment because like he was right there, like I was going to meet him, like it was gonna happen, which like I'll never forget it. So we're going, and then you weren't allowed to have your phone out, so they were making you put your phone away, or they were gonna hold on to it for you while you were meeting him. And they took like any gifts and letters you had for Joey, they took like and put aside. And they're like, "We'll make sure Joey gets it." And I was like, good, perfect. So then it's almost my turn, and the girl in front of me goes, and she hugs him, and they take their picture, and then she leaves. And he turns to me and opens his arms, and I like sprinted into his arms and just held him. I never wanted to let go, and it was like I was meeting my entire world in that moment. And we're hugging, and I must have turned to look at the camera because I'm smiling at the camera in our picture. So I must have looked at it, and then as I'm like up against him hugging him, I tell him thank you for putting me in his book. And he like stepped back and was like, "Oh my god, hi!" And he like recognized me, which was, I wanted to cry right then and there. But I had to keep it together. I had to keep it controlled until after. So then, after he knows who I am, we talk some more, and he asked me if it was cold outside and how long I was there. And then we just were talking more, and then he started to like rush me, and then he told me that I was amazing and that he liked my shirt, and I told him that he was more amazing and that I loved him, and he said that he loved me too, and then he called me the best, and I called him the best. And then he was like, "Thank you so much for coming." And I was like, "Thank you, love you." And he was like, "I love you too." And then we left. I walked away from him, and I just started crying as soon as I walked away from him. It was like, I don't even know how to describe the feeling of after you meet your like favorite person in the entire world. It's like you're so filled for that moment, and then as soon as you're done, you're like, wow, I miss them. So my entire group of friends, we're all crying, we're all hugging each other, and we see Daniel walk by again, and we're like, hey, let's go talk to Daniel more. And then he like stops in the middle of the Barnes & Noble and he takes out Joey's camera and starts to vlog around the like Barnes & Noble. So we like run over to him, and we're like, oh my god, he's vlogging, let's get in the vlog. So we like jump on each other and start screaming and like waving our arms around, and he turns the camera to us and we start waving and like crying and screaming and doing all this, and he's like, thank you, and then he walks away, and we like, it didn't hit us at the moment that we were gonna be in a vlog. We were just like, oh, it was just Daniel was recording. And then like, as soon as we got outside Barnes & Noble, we were like, oh my god, we're gonna be in Joey's vlog. So then we cried more, and it was intense. And then we said our goodbyes, and we all hugged each other, and we took pictures together. And then I got in the car and drove back home, and it's the best day of my life, and I'll never forget it. Oh. So yeah, that's my story of meeting Joey Graceffa. Now I have 2 Joey books. You should go buy them, because it's a good book, and I'm so proud of him. And he's so much happier now that he is who he wants to be, which is amazing. I can't believe it. That like, oh my gosh. Oh wait, that's me. Page 152. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you. Talk to you guys later. Deuces.